if you say someone is an arithmetic progression, so this is how the person looks like, right? So what I mean by that is, if you say arithmetic progression, this is what you call arithmetic progression or linear sequence, right? So what it means here is that if you look at this guy here, I call it the total savings. So assuming that you want to save some amount of money and buy a phone or any item that you want to buy, right? So let's use this thing to demonstrate that. Assuming that this guy here will be what your total savings. So how do you get your total savings here? So of course you have to start with the first thing. So the first time you have to put something down, you have to save some money for that. So this is what your first savings here, right? So the amount that you save for the first time here plus what the n minus the n here is the number of days that you are going to spend to save up the total amount of money that you need, right? And then the D here stands for what? A constant daily savings. So what I mean by the constant here is if you save $5 per day, so you must keep on saving every day $5, and so on. There's no change in that value, right? So that here the D here will be the constant of savings or the constant of daily savings. So everything in what this is what we call what arithmetic progression or a linear sequence. Okay, let's use this question to see how we can demonstrate using this guy. So from the question we were told that the first term of what AP, the AP means what arithmetic progression. So straightforward, that tells you that whatever we are dealing with comes from what this guy, right? Anybody that we are dealing with looks like this guy. So what I mean by that is that they say the first term of arithmetic progression is what is 7, right? So that is the first term is 7. So meaning that your first savings here is what is 7, right? So your first savings here is 7. What follows? So when you get to the latter part of the question, they say you should find what U19, right? That is the 19th term, meaning that here the 19th days, what are you going to get on what on the 19th days, right, after your savings? Remember that I said that in what arithmetic progression or a linear sequence, you must be a constant. If you decide to save like $10 for $10 per day, you must keep on saving that $10. You don't change. Whatever you want to change on daily basis, you must not change your value. So every day you have to make sure that you keep on saving that constant. That is what we call what a linear sequence. Now they say you should find the 19th day, right? So that's the 19th day. If it is the 19th day, we know that everybody, we know how the arithmetic progression looks like. So that is what n here is what the number of days. In other words, that's the number of terms here. That's the 19 minus 1, and the D here is what your constant savings on a daily. So we have that in the 19th we got A plus what 18D, right? So now our major task here is to look for this A as well as the D, right? So how do you do that? You have to use the information being given to you. We are told that the first guy here or the first savings is 7, right? So that is the U1. This is just what U1 here means on the first saving, which is equal to A. Because the reason why I got the U1 here, look at something. You know that is what A plus what n minus 1. The n here is what the day 1. So day 1 is equal to 1 here. So this guy straightforward gives me 0, right? So you can see that this U1 is the same as our first savings here, which is 7 from the question. Okay, now we are giving what a U10, right? We are giving the U10 the day 10. So how does the U10 looks like? It looks like what this guy here, that is the A plus n minus 1. The n here is 10, right? So 10 minus 1, that will give me 9. So here I have the first part of 7 plus 9D here. They say that is twice the second day, right? Is the second term, right? So that is twice the second. Is there means what equal to, so this guy here is equal to 2, right? So it's twice of the second term. The second term will be A plus D. If you know how I got this A plus D, just comment down below, right? Just comment down below. So what do? You expand this guy here. We know where we are going. We are just looking for A and D to go and find what our 19th day, what we are going to get at the 19th day here. So if you expand this guy here, you are going to get 7 plus 9D is equal to this guy will multiply that will give me 14. That multiply by that, right? That should be 2D. So you have to group the like terms and arrange everything. You should arrive at negative 7 equal to negative 7D here. So we're dividing both sides by what? Negative 7. That gives me d equal to 1, right? So now that we had d to be 1, and then we had the first of savings, or the first term to be what? A here. We are free to go. We can find what? Our 19th term. So on the 19th day, what are we going to get, right? What are we going to get on the 19th day? That is equal to what? Here, this is what we have, right? This is what we are looking for. We are looking for A and D. So A was 7, and then D was what? 1, right? So here is what? 7 here, 7 plus 18D, right? So D here is 1 here. So that gives me 25. So on the 19th day, we are going to get $25 or whatever currency is. This is just for understanding purpose, right? If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content like. Let's look at another question here to find the sum of what? Anything that we are going to get at the end of what? Our final day. From this particular question, we were told that the sum of the first 12 terms of what? Arithmetic progression, right? So the sum, meaning that you manage to save an amount from what? Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, up to what? On the 12th day, right? So we are told that the sum, when you add everything from day 1 to day 12 here, we are going to get what? 168, right? That is what the question says. But you ask yourself, do you really know what gives you the summation? So this guy here is what gives us the summation of whatever we started from what? Day 1, right? So this guy here, that is what the xn, maybe the s stands for summation, right? So anything that you got from the day 1 to the 12, it starts from Sn to be equal to n divided by 2. Everything here 2a plus or n minus 1d, right? So you need to know this guy. So this guy is what helps you to find straightforward if you want to add everything from day 1 to whatever day you are going to. So specifically here we are ending at day 12 here. So from day 1 to day 12, this guy can give us the total summation. And when we know that from the question, we are told that whatever we had was what? 168. This is not our task. They are asking us to find what was what? Our initial deposit or initial savings here, or as well as how much are we saving on what? A daily basis. So the initial one was what? The A here from the previous example, and then the D here is what? The amount that we pulled down on what? A daily basis, right? So this is what we put. This is what they are asking us to find. Okay, so for here you can say, as I said, let A represent the first savings, right? So this is just for understanding purpose. So the first term here, and then D here represents the daily savings. That's what we call the common difference, right? So this daily savings here is something constant. You don't change under what? A linear sequence or arithmetic progression. Okay, now that we know this guy, we are free to go. Is that okay? So what was the n here? You need to straightforward identify the n. N here is the number of days that you are saving, right? So they say the summation of the first 12 terms. So the first 12 days, right? On the 12 days, so n here is 12, and then we have everything here. That is the Sn here to go 168. Okay, now what do? You just need to plug this guy into this definition here, right? So this is the guy that will take us to the final. So let's replace it for one by one. We are going to replace the n by 12, and then everything by what? 168. So this is what we are having. So wherever you see the Sn here, we know that Sn is what? 168 here, and then the n is 12, right? So this is 12 here. So divided by 2, everything here remains the same. So here I got to the 11. You know how I got 11 here. So here was what? The n was 12 here minus 1, right? So that gives me 11d. Okay, now what do you do? So you need that you can see that this guy comes to what? 6 here, right? So you just need to perform the arithmetic, the algebra here, then do your thing. So here I can see that when you got to this point, I decided to divide both sides by 6. You may choose to expand this bracket here, whichever way you want to solve it, right? That one is your own palaver here. So what you should arrive at something like 2a plus 11 days equal to 20. If you are getting a different answer, just comment down below. Is that okay? Comment down below. Okay, so the second part of the question says that the U3, right? That is the third day or the third term here to be up. It was 7. So it's your duty to know how the third day looks like. So that guy, we know that we are dealing with arithmetic progression. So this everybody here looks like this. So n here is what? The number of days or the number of terms. So U3, right? So U3 here is on the third day or the third term. So U3 is equal to A here plus 3 minus 1D, right?
and then if you do this, you should have a plus or 2d. That is equal to 7. They say 7. This 7 is coming from the question. This is what we had on the day 7. Sorry, day 3 here. Is that okay? So now we are having two things. We have this guy, and then we have this guy as well. Right? So these are the two guys, the strong men that we are having. Now remember what we are looking for. Our task is to look for the first savings, right? So the first saving as well as how much we save per day. Is that okay? Okay, now perfect. Now you need to solve these two guys, right? So this is one equation and this is also another equation. Just look at the way the equation looks like and know the method to use. So the method to use here is what simultaneous equation. So this is the guy that can help us solve these two guys, right? So we are going to use simultaneous equation. So the simultaneous equation at the high level, we have two methods here, right? So one by elimination method, the other one is by substitution. So don't do this. Don't write either by So you just need to choose one, which one you are comfortable with, right? So comment down below the method that you'll be using. So try these two guys, solve these two guys simultaneously. If you solve these two guys simultaneously, you should have your A to be 3 and D to be 2. So this guy is our first savings here. That is the first term, and then the D is the common difference. So a daily savings, constant daily savings. That's it. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and then give us a like and share to your friends to join us. Thank you for watching this.